Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us from around the world. I'm Joy from 84,000, translating the words of the Buddha, and I'd like to wish everyone a very auspicious Lhabab Düchen. For today's event, we are offering interpretation in Chinese, French, Portuguese, Russian, Sharchop, Spanish, and Vietnamese. Please click the globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen to select your preferred language. I'll just give everyone a moment to do that. All right. Today, we're very honored to be celebrating Lhabab Düchen with Mingyur Rinpoche. Yongey Mingyur Rinpoche is a recognized tulku of the Kagyu and Nyingma lineages of Tibetan Buddhism, a teacher, spiritual leader, and a best-selling author. He possesses a rare ability to present the ancient wisdom of Tibet in a fresh and engaging manner. His profound yet accessible teachings and playful sense of humor have endeared him to students from around the world. Uniquely, Rinpoche's teachings weave together his own personal experience of meditation practice with modern scientific research. Mingyur Rinpoche has authored several books, including 2 bestsellers, The Joy of Living, Unlocking the Secret and Science of Happiness, which has been translated into over 20 languages, and In Love with the World, a monk's journey through the bardos of living and dying. His recent TED Talk is entitled How to Tap into Your Awareness and Why Meditation is Easier Than You Think. Rinpoche teaches extensively around the world and oversees the Tergar meditation community, an international network of meditation centers on 6 continents. He is responsible for 3 monasteries, has created and supported numerous schools, and initiated a variety of social engagement projects in the Himalayas. For more information, please visit Tergar Sangha. On this auspicious occasion of Lhabab Düchen, a day that marks the Buddha's return from the realms of the gods, we are very fortunate to have Mingyur Rinpoche here to share insights on the topic of cultivating the mind of a Bodhisattva with close reference to the Sūtra of Wisdom at the Hour of Death. This text has been translated by 84,000 and is available to all for free in the 84,000 online reading room. Please note that recent improvements have been made on this text and its ancillary materials. So if you downloaded digital copies before, this would be a good time to revisit the reading room to read the new version online or to download the updated version. As you can all imagine, Mingyur Rinpoche's schedule is extremely busy, so we are deeply grateful and feel very privileged that he has made time to be here with us today. Before we invite Mingyur Rinpoche to start the teaching, let us all recite the aspiration prayer for 84,000. As peace, harmony, sanity, and the well-being of this earth and its inhabitants are now so endangered, may there never be a time when the world's media, school textbooks, and daily conversations stop using words like generosity, patience, and loving kindness, and when the meaning of such words is lost. As we fear the darkest hour of this dark age, may there never be a time when words like impermanence, anitya, unsatisfactoriness, dukkha, selflessness, anatman, dependent arising, pratitya samutpada, illusion, maya, and emptiness, shunyata, cease to exist, and when their meaning is lost. May the endeavors of the translators and editors plant the seed of the Dharma in all directions. May the efforts of the patrons and administrators nurture and strengthen the shoot of the Dharma at all times. May the noble aspirations of this endeavor maintain and propagate the precious Dharma far and wide. Thank you, everyone, for reciting the aspiration prayer together. Now, let us invite Mingyur Rinpoche to begin the teachings.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy to be here and happy Lhabab Düchen. So today is the very auspicious day in the Buddhist calendar that Buddha descend from Tushita. So there's in the Buddha's life story, when Buddha was being born, his the physical mother died within few days later, but he's taken care by his father and the mother, not the physical mother, the someone else taking care of him very well. So then after a certain level, he left the palace to seek the answer about what is the meaning of life, what is all this comes from, meaning all phenomena, who am I? So that question lead to explore so many great teachers during that time, great scholars during those days. So he went to them, received their teachings, philosophy, and he's very genius. He learned everything very quickly, sometimes even become better than teacher, but still didn't get the answer. So then he thought, study, contemplating, all this doesn't get the real meaning. So the most important, he thought, is meditate, practice. So then he went to the river Narajan, sat under tree for 6 years, really determined, kind of like ascetic practice, and go through all the jhanas. So those days in India, jhana, kind of like meditation practice called jhana, which is a different stage, different levels. He can go up and down and enter different jhanas. Everything become master. He's accomplished everything, but still didn't get the real answer. So then he thought, might be too tight. So he let go of all the intellectuals, that is, let go of that meditation. Be as it is, live it. Everything, let it be as it is. Then begin to feel like something is coming together. There's some kind of insight is coming. And then he went to across the river. Then there's a Bodhigaya sat under Bodhi tree. Then look inside. No need to look for all this stage and samadhi. No need to run from the kleshas, suffering. No need to achieve anything. Just being with the true nature, the nature of yourself, nature of phenomena, as it is, and he achieved enlightenment overnight, just one night. The morning when the sun dawned, he fully enlightened. So what Buddha learned, and actually Buddha said, there's nothing to learn. It's beyond concept, beyond wisdom. Pranja paramita, meaning beyond knowledge, beyond intellectual, beyond cognitive, beyond knowledge, even the wisdom. So the first teaching of Buddha is I discover Dharma like nectar, which is peaceful, profound, luminous, beyond concept, and uncontrived. Even though I teach to others, no one will understand. Therefore, I will remain in the forest with the silence. So actually Buddha didn't teach at the beginning. Then there's what we call Brahma, Vishnu. They came and asked Buddha to teach, and Buddha accepted, and Buddha began to teach. So Buddha taught for Noble Truth-based teaching at Saranath, and then Buddha taught various places, and then special the Mahayana teaching at the Vulture Peak Mountain. So these teachings are part of the, now I want to particular teaching is a part of Mahayana teaching that today I'm going to want to teach about that. So, and this is the 84,000, the organization translating the words of Buddha. So in Tibetan, there's a volume, we have more than 100 volume, the words from the Buddha. So all this put together. So if you want to keep the word of Buddha, so half of your library will full. Very big one, normally thick. And there are so many different teachings. So this is just tiny one of the teaching of the Buddha. So I will read. Some people, they ask me to reading transmission. I have this reading transmission. So I will read and the teaching together. Yagarketo Arya Adajana Nama Mahayana Sutta Bögeto Paba Daga Yishi Shejawa Tebachimundo Sangedan Janju Sambatamjela Chatsalo. So the name, normally all these suttas are translated from India. And this time is more like Sanskrit language to Tibetan language. So there are many different these names. So normally we keep only the name as Indian language. Then rest of the text we translate into Tibetan language. So here the Arya Attajana Nama Mahayana Sutta. So it's like the Indian language. Then in Tibetan, Paba Ndaka Hishijawa Tebachimuto. So the great sutta is about the wisdom of like near death. Ndaka Hishijawa Tebachimuto. Sangyedang Janju Samba Tamjela Chazal. So normally we will know which sutta is belong to maybe Vinaya, Sutta, Abhidharma. So normally Tripitaka, there are three of those. And we can see through the homage. So here is homage to Buddha and Bodhisattva. So that means it belongs to Sutra. Sutra, Vinaya, Abhidharma. So there are three. So this is the belong to Sutra text. Dike dage Lhabab Düchen 좀 된데 엉민 hlai jalbu kangsana shukde kortamjela chodambatang janju semba chembo namgi nyingbu 좀 된데라 cha chanen dike je soldo. So the one who requests this teaching is the Bodhisattva Namki Nyingbo, and Buddha was in the Omin Tushita. Omin. I forget now the Indian language name. Akash something. So Omin in Tibetan meaning there's one different realm. So Buddha taught sometimes Tushita, sometimes Omin, sometimes different realms. So according to Mahayana teaching, Buddha taught various places according to the being's mentality, personality. So Buddha giving different type of teachings. So then the Bodhisattva asked Buddha, Jomdende Janju Semba Nam Chikame Sem Chetar Tawarji. Jomdende Chikasalva. So the Bodhisattva Nam Kinyingbo asked Buddha, how those follower Bodhisattvas, when they are going to die, how to practice? Jomdende Chikasalva. Namgunyingbo Janju Semba Nam Chivi Duji Tse Daka Yeshi Komparchao. So Buddha said, when the Bodhisattva almost going to die, then practice this wisdom of moment of dying. Dela Daka Yeshine Chetamji Rangshingi Nambara Tabena Ngobo Mebe Dushi Rabdu Komparchao. So there are 4 teachings here. So when we are almost going to die, we need to remember these wisdom. What are the wisdoms? So normally we talk about the ground, and then a ground of view. Then we have path, or sometime the practice, the meditation. And then we have application, conduct. Then we have a result. So the 4 things. View, meditation, application, result. So these, each line related to these 4 things. So when we are going to die, we need to remember whatever we practice entire life as an level. Of course, maybe sometimes you cannot really do pray, you cannot really do rituals, you cannot really do all these mantras. Of course, if you want to do all this, wonderful. But the most important is essence of entire practice. That to remember and try to practice together. Sometimes what we call the unity of view, meditation, application, result. And this is special, like emphasized in the Vajrayana. Like this is my view, now I'm meditation, now my meditation finished, then I'm doing the application, then somewhere in the future I will have result. So when we make it everything boxes, we make it everything like categories, this time, now here, then I go. So normally we do a lot of that, right? In our normal habitual pattern. So now this is my work and my goal is that, and how many, how much, where, who, which, and the what, and all this we need to think about it. Yeah, of course, in the relative level, you have to do that. But when we really practice, we don't think that I'm not Buddha now, in the future will be Buddha. And this is the meditation, not the view. So when I practice view, I don't have meditation. When I meditate, I don't have view. Or when I apply, this is no view or no meditation. Not like that. You are Buddha right now, right here. So resolve. And you are view, you are emptiness. And you are being in the present. So you have the meditation now. And so everything right here, right now, one. So that's the what we call how to practice. And especially in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, what we call sitting on the one cushion, practice 84,000 Buddhist teaching. So now here, the 84,000 is conducted by Dzongzar Khyentse Rinpoche, translating the entire Buddha's word into English. So, and also in the future in the different language also. So really, really wonderful project. And then when we look at these more than 100 big volumes of Buddha, it's very difficult to practice. Forget about the practice. First, even you cannot really learn, right? There's so many teachings. So to read that, it will take 6 months. Just reading in Tibetan. So very difficult, right? But you can pick up the essence of all this practice, 84,000, and you can practice on one cushion. So therefore, each sutta contains also 84,000 essence, but at the same time, each one has a unique explosion, unique particular teaching, unique particular describe about particular subject. So there's each one has a unique, but at the same time, each one contains the essence. So in this text also contain the essence. So the first is when you are about to die, the first to remember the view. Tela daga isine chötamji rangshingi number takpena ngobo mebe ndushirab to komparchao. So that's the view. All phenomena are pure by nature from beginningless time. We all have this wonderful nature. So this is like talking about the Buddha nature, and also sometime discuss about this Skadagarbha, meaning the nature of gone blissful, something like that. Don't follow my translation. So I'm just on spot translating my way. So my translator may not be correct. So also we have name in the different place as Dharmakaya, especially in the Tantric tradition. We talk about the Gata, the original purity, and the nature of Buddha, nature of mind, the pristine awareness, awakeful, present, so many names about that. So that is the view. And that nature is what we call ngobomeba, meaning not substantial, not fixed, not exist. So it doesn't have inherently existence. Normally ngobo meaning function, functioning phenomena. But here meaning talking about fixation. So beyond that. So that means your emptiness not exist. Of course, true nature cannot die. is unborn, no beginning, no end. So to remember and then practice the view. So how to practice view? Normally, like with Deng. Deng is like certain or confident. No matter what happened to me, I'm going to die now, but my true nature always there. I have inner safe place. The death is just service level. Death is just like emptiness. It's like illusion. And my true nature never going to die. So the kind of like decide, Deng meaning like confident or like decide. Yeah. And then next, 초탐지 장춥지 샘순 되베나 닝지 전부 노시에 거버자고. So next is the path or the meditation, the actual practice. So actual practice of meditation, normally Buddha always talk about two wings of bird. So two wings of bird meaning one wing is wisdom, one wing is compassion. So if we have union of wisdom and compassion, then we can fly. So if the bird only has one wing, if you try to fly, cannot fly, right? Go circle and fell down. But two wing, then bird can fly. So same thing, the actual practice, the essence of the practice, essence of the path, essence of the meditation is union of loving kindness, compassion, and the wisdom. So there's two sentences about this. First is the loving kindness, compassion. The great loving kindness, compassion is the bodhicitta. So here bodhicitta. And second is the non-conceptual, the wisdom. 최탐지 장춥지 삼준 되베나 닝지 첨부 두시에 건버자고. 최탐지 랑신기 왜 살वे나 미믹은 도시랍도 건버자고. So now practice the great compassion. Great compassion meaning bodhicitta. So you have this wonderful nature, feel happy about it. No matter what happened, I'm safe with my true nature. And of course, special if you know nature or mind practice, all this view related meditation, of course, remember those meditation. And the second thing is practice great compassion, meaning you can think about all beings, and all being has this wonderful nature. No matter who you are, by nature, we all like Buddha. I'm Buddha, you are Buddha. All beings are Buddha. So everybody by nature is a Buddha, but the problem, we are not recognized we are Buddha. So that ignorance has many layers, not recognizing the Buddha. So what is the quality of Buddha? Union of emptiness and luminosity. That's the quality of the Buddha nature. So we are not recognized that. Then we have this fixation mind, the grasping, attachment, aversion based on ignorance, like perceiving everything solid, real. Then this dualistic perception. And from the dualistic perception, then we create karma. And from the karmic imprint, then we manifest this impure body, impure mind, now going to die. From the karmic manifestation. So now, not only you are having this problem, all beings are trapped with this dualistic mind, with the time, matter, subject, object, all these are what we call obscuration. Though all beings are Buddha, but we are not discovered yet because it's covered by all these obscurations, all these doubts, all this hindrance, sometimes what we call hindrance, sometimes what we call obscurations. So then you develop compassion, love and compassion. And then especially if you know Tonglen practice, normally Tonglen meaning taking and sending. So you can slowly breathing out and send your love, compassion together with all the virtue and the wisdom and all the great quality as like light sent to all beings. And you're breathing in all beings, obscuration, the ignorant, hatred, attachment, and karmic imprint, everything's like dark cloud dissolve into you, and wish that may all beings are free from suffering and the cause of suffering. So sometimes what we call the one of the best death and dying meditation, one of the best death and dying meditation is doing this Tonglen, taking and sending. Then if you die, wonderful. So that's the compassion. And the wisdom here in the text said, so all the phenomena by nature is luminosity. So now what you have to do, don't grasp it. Rest, be with it. So who's practicing compassion to whom? I'm emptiness. All the beings are emptiness. Death and dying is emptiness. Samsara is emptiness. Nirvana is emptiness. All are emptiness, union of luminosity. So rest your mind. And your mind is Buddha nature. The essence of your mind is Buddha nature. And Buddha nature is always with the empty luminosity. So rest with that. Rest with the empty luminosity a little bit. So that's the meditation. Then next is Ngobo Tamji. Ngobo Tamji Meta Bena Chilayang Michaban Dushi Rabdu Gombarjo. So this is talking about the application conduct. So talk about impermanence. So the conduct, behave, don't attach to the environment, possession, your body, whatever. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of them. It doesn't mean you fix on that. Especially when you're going to die, if you attach to your account, 5C sometimes. People talk about 5C, credit. Yeah, I'm trying to remember 5C. Condo, companion, car, cash, maybe. 5C. So don't attach to that. And also don't attach to your body. It's impermanent. Relative level, those are impermanence. And your friends, your family, your possession, whatever there, don't attach now. And if you have attached, normally what we call do the mandala offering. So all my possessions, my family, my house, my name, everything offered to the Buddha Dharma Sangha, Guru, Idam, Dhamma Protector, normally whatever you praying to, offer them. So now think about, now this all belong to them. I'm not going to worry about it. They are under protection of the Buddha Dharma Sangha. So let it go. So there's the, normally it's application, don't attach, or conduct is not conduct of not attachment. Then the result, normally is fruition. So fruition meaning sem tona yeshembe sangji shen to mitsalbe dushi rab to komrachao. So in the text saying that just recognizing your mind, just recognizing the quality of your mind is the Buddha. No need to look Buddha somewhere else. No need to think about fruition. I want to achieve enlightenment somewhere in the future. You are Buddha right now. So it's kind of like letting go of timing, letting go of high and low, letting go of something to get rid of, something to achieve. So the fruition is here with the ultimate level. And then, of course, soon you will experience that because soon you're going to die. So when you die, what happens? Dissolves that obscuration, dissolve the body, dissolve the subject, object, dissolve that gross level of consciousness. They all will dissolve. And normally what we call dissolution. So the bodily 5-element dissolution, and consciously, you cannot see slowly, you cannot hear. These consciousness, eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose, everything dissolve. And normally, if you are not practitioner, they all dissolve into alaya. So 4-element dissolution like earth, like falling, and water is like you are melting or floating, and the fire is like burning, shock. And then wind, like you blown away, disappear. Then the space element experience become, then you will experience become dark. You feel like unconscious, almost going to be unconscious. Then what happened? Suddenly you will experience the Buddha nature. Sometimes what we call ground luminosity, mother luminosity, that wonderful wisdom, the wisdom of moment of dying, Takaishi, is referred to that great wisdom, the real Buddha, the Buddha nature. You will experience it. Normally, everybody experience when we die. But the problem is we are not recognized. Then you will, after you experience that ground luminosity, we become unconscious again. Then we wake up. We are already dead. We are in the bardo. So here, the Buddha saying that actually the real Buddha is your true nature, and soon you will see that you have now. Then just continue rest. Rest your mind as it is with awareness. Awareness which is you cannot really identify, you cannot really find it, yet you can experience it. So emptiness, union with luminosity, continue rest. Then you will die. And when you die, what happened? You recognize your Buddha nature, you become Buddha. So no need to look Buddha somewhere else. So in the text says, no need to look Buddha somewhere else. So Buddha taught all these teachings. Summarize now. Buddha again summarize. Chenam rangshin namdape ngobo mebe doshiyekom. Janjub semna rabden nyingji chenbu doshiyekom. Chenam rangshin we salve migba mebe doshiyekom. Ngobo tamji medabe chaba mebe doshiyekom. Semni yeshin jungwichu sanji shendo masolshi. So here Buddha make it like a sentence summarize about the previous teaching. Something, the meaning something. Jom den de ji de ga salpadang janju samba namkhin yung wala sopi khor duba tamji rab dung gagu yirang jom den de ji sumpalang bartedo. So now here saying that all the students, all the retinue, they all are so happy, including the Bodhisattva Namkhin Yingpo. Namkhin Yingpo is Agash Garba. Namkhin Yingpo La Sope Korduba Tamje Gangu Yirani Jomnen de Yosumbala Ngompartedo. So all these students are, normally in India called sadhu, meaning excellent. So they're all saying that wonderful. Nowadays what we do is like that, right? Clapping hand. But in the past there's no tradition of clapping hand, but they all, say together, sadhu, excellent. In Tibet, what we call lekso, 3 times, meaning wonderful. So this is the conclusion of this sutra, and these sutras are really the original word from the Buddha. And Buddha taught like these different sutras, especially in the Mahayana teachings, normally what we call, not in the common, but according to the being's mentality, personality, samjen namji, sambatang, loye chidawa. Mentality, meaning samjen namji, sambatang. Loye chidawa, meaning sambatang. Loye chida meaning personality, what kind of family, different type of family. According to that, Buddha gave so many different teachings. And for example, Buddha went to Tushita, taught Abhidhamma. Then when Buddha was, why Buddha went to Tushita? Because Buddha's mother died, and it said that she was reborn in Tushita. So Buddha want to repair the mother's kindness. So that Buddha has direct responsibility, right? Buddha's normally what we call, my body is given by my mother. And mother is so kind. And I need to do karmic repair kindness. So then Buddha went to Tushita to meet his mother, and Buddha taught teaching. So Buddha said the one of the best way to help is to help mother. So mother has interest to learn Dharma, of course. So then Buddha taught, offered Dharma to mom. And then mom has developed great realization and liberate from samsara. And not only mother, many gods and goddess, all this received these great teachings. But if you want to ask where is Tushita, it's up there, But if you go up there, different stars, suns, another galaxies, so you cannot really see it normally. Why? What we call all this universe, all this realm is the manifestation of our mind. So here we all can see together on this earth what we call common karmic perception, that we can see each other. You can see this video, I can see it. But maybe right now I'm here in India, Sherabling Monastery, So I see these mountains, trees, beautiful temples, all this. Maybe universe might be here, and they might see there's a highway or the ocean or maybe their bathroom, who knows. So it's different. Collective karmic perception can manifest different ways. So the normally we call up, but it's not really, there's not really location. Based on our own perception, this Dushita not exist because we cannot find it. Even you send the rockets from the earth 10 direction billion times faster than speed of light, which is impossible, but assuming, just for the example, for trillions of years you cannot find it. So therefore it's just in order to know this, you have to know first emptiness. So because everything is emptiness, but emptiness is not nothing, there's a luminosity, yet is emptiness, not exist. So therefore it depends on our mind. When we are ready, then there's a Tushita happen. But for now, that realm of explosion not manifest for us. We cannot find it. But Buddha went to another realm because Buddha has a connection with the mom, taught Tushita teaching. Then Buddha entered our common karmic perception. Buddha came to this earth. So therefore, today is Buddha entering from Tushita to earth. So this is where normally we talk about auspicious days. There are 4 or 5 auspicious days: the birthday of the Buddha, enlightenment day of the Buddha, first teaching day of the Buddha, and the paranirvana, the Buddha died, the paranirvana day, and also the Lhabab Buddha descending from Tushita to earth. So this is a wonderful occasion that we all study, and I have virtue of teaching, listening. We all study together, accumulate a lot of virtue, and later we're going to dedicate this for the world peace. No conflicts in the world become peaceful, environment become balanced, and no pandemic. So in the end, may all beings truly recognize Buddha within. So we will dedicate that in the end. Thank you. So now we can do some Q&A.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche. If you have time, maybe we can take 1 to 2 questions. One question that we have from Zhao Kang, they ask you, Rinpoche, on the one hand, you have the wisdom at the time of death that we've been talking about. And then on the other hand, there's the aspiration or the wish to be reborn in a pure land at the time of death. So this person's question is, how do you incorporate those two things together, or how do you reconcile those two things?
Normally what I call plan A, plan B, plan C. So at least there are 3 plans. So plan A, try to recognize the Buddha nature, the ground luminosity. If you recognize that, you become Buddha. So that means you become Amitabha. Then you don't need to rely on Amitabha Pure Land, because you become Amitabha. Then you don't need that pure land. So plan B successful. If plan A. If plan A is not successful, in case if you not recognize that mother luminosity or ground luminosity, then we become unconscious. Maximum what we call 3.5 days. Then when you wake up, your gross body is no longer there, but we have subtle body, what we call Bharata body, have senses, everything. Then there's normally heart explosion, head manifestation, heart manifestation, like peaceful manifestation, wrathful manifestation. So many Buddhas, light, various manifestation comes, and everything is lucidity, doesn't have so much grasping yet. So if you recognize, oh, I'm dead, all these are my manifestation, my mind, and rest with the empty luminous nature, you will become Buddha within 3 seconds. So plan B has sub-plans, B1, B2, B3. So what we call each week, they have different manifestation comes. So if you miss all of this, plan B, then number 3, plan C. So now become Buddha opportunity is gone, because now you have more into karmic manifestation. Because when we die, all this karmic perception is dissolves. But the moment we wake up after death, they begin to come. So now becomes quite solid, but still not fully trapped into the realm yet. So now plan B normally, okay, go to Amida Pura. So when you know you are dead, what we call our mind is so fast. I want to go to Amitabha Pure. You don't have to know direction. You don't have to know the address. You don't have to know where that is. Just, I want to go to Amitabha Pure, and you will be there. So plan C.
Thank you, Rinpoche. We have another question from Sandra Tao. I hope I'm saying that name right. Their question is about what happens to our true nature after death, particularly how it transitions through the bardo and is reborn in another body. So is our true nature the same as our awareness?
The true nature is unborn, so cannot die. True nature doesn't have inside, outside. True nature doesn't have beginning, end. Is everywhere, but nowhere. So who dies normally? This gross body, which is a conceptual manifestation, and the conceptual mind, that dies. But then it will change to another one. Death meaning like my one thought finish, another thought comes, another feeling comes, then change, then another one. Just like that, actually. It's like when we go to sleep and we wake up in another day. Just like that, death and dying. Actually, death is not really death. Death meaning transition. So that conceptual mind, conceptual base, mind and body is dying.
Okay, thank you, Rinpoche. Maybe one final question. There's a question from Kila Bhutia. They say, Rinpoche, can we aspire to practice this teaching not only at the time of death, but at every moment, since our death is uncertain and every moment is impermanent?
Of course, you can practice. Normally we practice this death and dying in life, and especially we imagine that, oh, now soon I'm going to die. This is my last day, my great day, the big day, what I call the big day. And we do these practices, and also letting go everything impermanent, and develop bodhicitta, and then remain in the empty luminous nature. You can do that.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche. We have 5 more minutes. Can I throw in one more question? Is that okay? Okay. So there's a question from Sonam Chugi who asks, this is I suppose a big question. How can we help a dying person?
So it depends on their interest and their willingness, whatever they accept. If they're dying, normally, if they accept they're going to die, Bardo teachings, maybe even read Bardo books, and these are very good. And if they have no interest, you cannot do anything. You just be there, listen. Just listen is important, because people sometimes process of dying, there's a lot of complaints, there's a lot of emotion up and down. You cannot really do much, but the listening is a big help. And then from your mind, you can do dedication, you can do tonglen with them, you can practice whatever meditation you have and dedicate for that person and all beings. You can do anytime pray. So when they die, if there's somebody, the lama and the nun around there, if they know powa, they can do powa. And they normally the Bardo teaching, we have what we call hearing liberation. After people die, we can read those, and then whatever available like Amitabha Puja, Bodhisattva Puja, all this within the 49 days you can do request to other people to, or you can do for them also.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche. And with that last question, we'll bring our event to a close today. And dear Rinpoche, thank you so much for taking the time on this auspicious day to share your wisdom with us. May we all endeavor to supplicate the source as you have taught us today. Thank you, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. Please stay tuned for events, more events that 84,000 will organize for the remaining Tuchen days this year and in coming years. And please be sure to sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date with the latest. So take care. Have a very auspicious Lhabab Düchen to everyone. And thank you. See you next time. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you. Thank you very much.